and time for our mid-June plot tour. I think it's something like the 19th or 20th, something like that.
I think it's the summer solstice today. I think I've seen that on social
it's the
media somewhere.
Longest daylight hours, is it?
Yeah.
The potatoes are really growing well this year. They were hopeless last year when it was so dry.
But I've enjoyed some rain. Got going really well, haven't they?
And the cardoons, both of them, are still
upright.
looking fine. They haven't blown over yet. We've got a new member of the family now on our plot tour, although she's more interested in mooching around. Here's Ruby.
Come on, Rubes. So there'll be a lot of come on, Rubes, down, Rubes, not there, Rubes, in this way, but...
And leave it.
And leave it, yeah.
Those cardoon flowers, there's loads of them, aren't there?
Yeah. We won't see the bees in them, though.
No, not unless it blows over.
Well, it usually does, doesn't it? It's usually not an issue.
The bees still carry on, don't they, even though it's flat. The elders actually looked beautiful this year, but it's
Flowers
gone
are
over
over
now, hasn't
aren't
it?
they?
We'll
Yeah,
pop
or
a
most of them.
photograph to show you how nicely it looked earlier in the
That's it, right. You have a wee wee, Ruby. Don't mind us.
You were going to make some elderflower cordial,
I was,
weren't
yeah.
you?
I had it all worked out, but then I decided I couldn't put all that sugar in something, so we didn't have any.
Roses are looking nice now.
Some deadheading to do, though,
Yeah.
isn't there?
Most of the roses we chose for perfume as well, so it's
A nice
perfume.
whiff.
Pity you can't have a little sniff. There's quite a few plants coming on flower now, aren't there?
Yeah, it looks quite all right, doesn't it? It doesn't look too bad. And Jacqueline's doing us
Jacqueline
proud.
de Prez doing her thing.
Yeah.
Just a lot of deadheading to be done.
Smells
Lots
nice.
of buds as well.
Well, that was nearly a first.
What
Come
was
away,
that?
Ruby.
Pardon?
Ruby was... Oh dear, what's that? Maybe not.
At least she's not eating it. The perennial cornflowers are ready for a chop, so that they should hopefully give us another push of flowers later.
These early potatoes are looking quite well. They didn't look all that well, did they, early on?
No, but they're rallying up.
Yeah.
Was it Casablanca at this end
Yeah,
and International Kidney
it
at
is,
the
yeah.
far end? You can see where the difference is, can't you?
Yeah, much darker, aren't they,
Yeah.
International Kidney?
And taller.
Yeah.
And we've got the brassicas.
So all the cauliflowers have still to cauliflower. But the Calabreses, all the main heads we've eaten, but they're now sending up some decent side shoots if we have a look in there. And we've got quite a few Regency cabbages to go at.
Having one of those tonight, aren't we?
We are. Ruby,
We're
no,
having Ethiopian cabbage tonight.
from Ossett.
Peas are growing well. We put another 2 lots in, haven't we?
We have
3 lots in.
3 lots, yeah.
They're starting to flower, aren't they now? Rhubarbs has got a seed head, look.
Rubes, we're knotted up now. I knew it wouldn't go as straightforward as we thought.
Come on, Ruby.
Come on.
You've started picking the autumn planted onions, haven't you, or pulling?
Yeah. I don't know what you do to onions because you dig them up really, don't you?
I suppose, yeah, we've had to use a trowel to
ours certainly
dig them.
won't just pull out.
There's a seed head on that one. Let's have it off. We've only bought
One lot.
I think 6 onions in a packet this year.
Go on, Rubes.
That's looking well now.
It's picked up well, hasn't it, sweet corn?
What sort's this one? Is it early bird?
It's either that or swift. I can't remember which one. One germinated much better than the other. So even though we only had bought the same amount of seeds, we had twice as many plants of one. But I can't remember which it was.
The other one's got more plants, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Whichever one that is.
Yeah.
There's a stray crown prince there.
One left over, wasn't it?
The other ones are at this side, aren't they?
Yeah, not quite spacing apart, but hopefully they'll be all right. These brassicas follow on from the ones we've just looked at. Oh, that's the plan. They'll be a bit after those, I think. But they look well enough.
They
I
do.
don't think there's any issues there. But again, they'll have quite enjoyed the rain. Seems to do a much better job than us watering all afternoon.
Saves our backs as well.
It does.
We've got some lettuces in there. We're not growing many lettuce here, are we? We're growing more in
Well,
farming
that was my plan. I
containers.
think I might just keep planting them out down here. It's a bit tricky at home for space, really. The rhubarb's quite enjoyed the rain, hasn't it? That's come back
It has,
reasonably
'cause
well. It was looking
flagging,
quite...
wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we've got the black raspberry behind.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. Look, they're just starting to go at the far end.
And this kiwi this size
Oh, no, not
leafing
on
up
there.
again. It's not got any flowers, but so we won't get any kiwis this year, but it's nice to see it's not dead.
It didn't look very well early on, did it?
No.
Did we mention there are peas that are in there?
No. There's half a row of Oregon sugar pod and half a row of, is it terrain?
Terrain, yeah. Which is supposed to be good at not having mildew.
You've got the beans.
So the runner beans out there at either end and climbing
Yeah.
French in the middle.
I think this end could be Enorma. Cobra in the middle, and then is it sunshine or something
Or
like
moonlight.
that? Well, one's sunshine. I think that's moonlight actually.
Sunshine was one of the climbers, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And the carrots are looking really good.
Didn't you have to?
Well, I had to lift, last time we were here I lifted the fleece by quite a bit, but it
The
looks like it,
Enviromesh.
Enviromesh, but it looks like it needs lifting again, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Growing
hoping
well.
for some nice carrots
Rubes,
this year
not
'cause
down
they
there.
were a disaster last year, weren't
Yeah,
they?
they were.
We're going down the back.
We will if Rubes will. Go on, Rubes, down this path. Seems to know the way. Look to have quite a few black currants.
Yeah, they're tedious to pick though, aren't they?
They are. You can see why they're expensive to buy, can't you?
I was just going to step over here. Oh yeah.
Oh, and how do I step over there with
You
Rubes?
can't. You'll have to stay there. We've got some
We've got to stay here,
Pax
Rubes. No.
gooseberries turning,
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
and the other kiwi, the normal kiwi's got its leaves now. It never has any fruit because the female flowers and the male doesn't. Shall I come back, Ruby? Eh?
Go on, Rubes.
Come on, come out the way and I'll come back.
So it's Today's task was to get these tomatoes in, wasn't it?
Yeah. San Marzano.
So, San Marzano, these are at Monte Don spacing. We've normally had them much closer, and he's right. You do get lots of tiny tomatoes, and if you're unlucky, they all go mouldy as well. So they're at Monte Don 18-inch spacing.
The thing is, before, the outdoor ones, we've just stuck in what
well,
we've
they've just
had
been
left,
odds and
haven't we?
ends, haven't they? Whereas
Yeah.
we've made a bit of a special effort this
Yeah.
year.
Those
So
are plum tomatoes, aren't they, for cooking?
Yeah.
There's the Del San pear.
Well, yeah, there is a few when you look around
We've
it.
never had pears on this one before. Well, we might have had the odd one.
Yeah, I can see 2 or 3 from here around the other
Right.
side. The other thing is the jostaberries are starting to turn as well, aren't they?
They are, yeah. Just see under there. We have to get them before the wood pigeons. They land on the bushes and break the branches.
They have had some, haven't they? I've
Probably.
noticed that they've already been knocked off.
Then this is Glencoe raspberry. I was hoping the raspberries would get a bit bigger this year because of water bit, but
Doesn't look like they will,
No.
does it?
you've netted the blueberries, haven't you?
Yeah, Rube's just out. Rube's decided to come this way. I'll tell you what I thought we might have. The other side of there, if you want to pop round, was some white currants on that bush.
Might we?
Yeah, Rube's come out.
Netting isn't ruby proof there.
Nothing's ruby proof.
The Bramley
You
apple's
can see
got
under.
a few.
Just a minute, so look, you can see under there where the blackbirds are pulling off red currants.
We're not netting them, are we? Because we share
No,
those
we'll
with the blackbirds.
manage to find enough in there that the blackbirds don't get to.
I was just saying the Bramley apple's got quite
It
a
has
few
got
on
quite a
this
few,
year.
hasn't it?
Mm,
There's some on that,
Queen
the one at the
Cox,
other end, that Queen Cox, and this Fiesta's got none on, but last year it was absolutely loaded last year, so I suppose it needs some respite. We'll give it a year off.
Where did you want to go? The white currants?
The white currant, I think. Is it a turn right? Have
Yeah.
you passed it?
Oh, we are.
They're small, but there are some, which is unusual.
There's quite a lot.
Yeah. You can see how many the wood pigeons have a go at if we look in this rhubarb leaf. You can see how many of the jostaberries are knocked off by the blackbirds. Come on, Ruby.
Well, it's the wood pigeons more than
Yeah,
blackbirds.
I meant wood pigeons rather than blackbirds.
Got 1 or 2 more gooseberries on here. Shall we go past the apples and hope Ruby
Yeah,
doesn't
we just
snap
have to
one?
keep her going past the June windfalls. Ruby, you've collected some pea. That's as in onward, not anything else.
Are you
Ruby,
coming
come on.
over here? Come on, Ruby.
Do you see what I mean about she's collected some pea? So do you want to remove Ruby's pea?
There's some apples on the tickle pink. They're the ones that are red all the way through, aren't they?
Yeah, and there's lots.
Come on, fruits.
Come on out. There's lots on what we think are discovery.
I did, wonder whether I ought to thin them out a bit and see if we can get some a bit bigger this year. Because there are millions on it. Or maybe not millions.
Ruby, no.
Lots.
Ruby, no. We'll just have a pause while I take this apple off her.
Come on.
I think we're okay
Trouble.
again. parsnips looking good.
Yeah. I
No, hang on,
actually
should we
thinned
have to-
those out the other day.
Plum stones.
They were, I sowed 2 in each of the stations, and I think we've just about had 100% germination.
Yeah, which is good, isn't it, for
Yeah,
parsnips?
so I thinned them out, left just one. It pained me to do it, but I did it.
As we pass in the plums, if Victoria produces, as she looks as though she's going to do it this time, we'll have lots of Victoria plums.
I need to get those waspinators done before they start to ripen and the wasps
There aren't
moving.
many plums on the others, but I don't know, there might be more on this Marjorie seedling than I thought, looking up there.
Can we get them up there?
If that's all the ones there are, I'll get to them, I think. There's quite a lot on there. I didn't think there were many on. There's certainly not many on Oolin's Gauge, but there's quite a few on there, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely get the waspinators out.
Rubes, what are you eating?
What have you got? Come here. Look in your mouth. Teeth. What are you eating? Ah! Hold on a minute. Come here. Beast. Has it gone? Yes. Have you eaten it?
No, it's still.
Come here.
Come here. I think it's probably gone now.
I think it was a little apple.
It's either a little apple or a plum that had fallen off.
I've now got chewed fingers.
Come out of there.
So we've got beans here, haven't we?
Yeah, these are runners, aren't they?
They're
These were
mixture.
mixed, aren't they?
Yeah,
on
they're
there?
a mixture. They're bits that we had left
Yeah,
over
yeah.
when we did the main
Yeah.
supports. We've got some courgettes. Some yellow and red one. Red one. Yeah. Yellow
Red
and
courgettes,
greens.
new variety. Come on, Rubes. Come on.
One Defender
Yeah, and
Aurelia.
yeah, something like that. Anyway, and then your volunteer beetroots.
I think the beetroot. Somebody suggested that there could be ruby chard, and we have grown ruby
We
chard
have, yeah,
in the
there could
past,
be.
so it's going to be a case of finding out what they are. They were growing on among a load of weeds on one of the other beds where we spread some compost. So we're not sure what they were, so I decided I'd transplant them anyway. So they're either rhubarb or ruby chard. These are looking dreadful, aren't they?
Yeah. I think some of the leftover ones are going to have to be planted there because
Yeah.
they've just been devastated by slugs.
Do we know
First-
which ones these are? Are they cobra?
I'm not sure without looking on the
They're
plant.
either cobra or
Sunshine or...
sunlight or
Yeah.
sunshine or whatever.
First of all, they didn't grow very well, did they? And then slugs
No.
have got them, so there's virtually nothing left.
We think that the slugs must come out of the sort of brambly area here because they've devastated this side and not the other side. The other side are much better, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not brilliant, but they're better. Nothing in there yet, is there?
No, that was only dug, wasn't it, this week? The rain, that was dry and like concrete, but the rains changed it back into diggable soil, so that one's been turned over.
And this bit was definitely like concrete.
This was the end of, this was the old strawberry bed, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
it's taken us a couple of years to get this back to any state where it's been possible to dig it.
So we've got some ochiki kuri squash, and then some they're onward peas, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're all onward peas. I should know because we've only just put them into there.
This bed, it's been dug over a couple of days ago. Believe it or not, it was actually a little bit too wet to dig over. But we'll see how it goes. But it could have done me leaving a little while, but...
And then it would have gone like concrete.
Yeah.
So you can't win.
No.
Raspberries?
Ruby, put that down.
What's she got now?
A lump of wood. She's now going to try and eat a lump of wood.
Come here. Come here. Go. Told you it was a tool with a difference.
Right, raspberries.
Think she can stay at home next time. Raspberries?
Yeah, I think there's a few that we could pick as just a taster.
We've got
I know
various varieties, haven't we?
Yeah.
This one is... don't know because the label's gone off.
Birds had a go at these last time.
Have they?
Yeah, the ones that were anything like
We've
ready.
got some nearly ready there.
Yeah.
And I think this has got a label on. Cascade Delight, that one.
Right.
Alpine strawberries. Somebody has had some
Yeah,
there.
it's had all those, you see, haven't
Yeah.
they? Not there's some on the other one that have been eaten as well. So, birds have had all those.
Are we going to have to net?
It looks like it. I'm not sure there's enough on to bother, are you? But
I don't know, there's quite a lot coming on this one.
yeah, maybe. We've had a disastrous broad bean year, haven't we?
Yeah.
Looks like we might have our help in there.
I think there's more beans than leaves.
Yeah?
That was our first lot that we put in. The second lot are looking slightly better. But not like they should look.
No. Anyway, we just write them off us this year, don't we?
And the annual flowers that I sowed are a bit of a disappointment too. Some are coming through. We've got some nigella, some poppies, some
Can we have that?
Dementia,
Come on.
some nasturtiums.
Come here, you can't eat lumps of wood.
But the surprise has been the one that hasn't
Come
come
here.
up are the cornflowers, which we had a lot of sown there. She got something else.
Yeah.
Still chewing, what are you chewing? This year's summer onions, this one. We didn't
These are
look
so
at the
much-
other bed, did we?
No, these are so much better than the others, though.
They are. These are doing really well.
Yeah,
we don't
we-
know whether the ones at the other side, whether it's the soil that's a bit
We're thinking of
exhausted or-
growing something different. We
Yeah.
sort of tend to put the same stuff. We take the beds, but we put the same stuff in, don't we?
Yeah, every
thinking
4
of-
years.
Yeah. But we're thinking of sort of changing and having something different in and see
Well, we
if that...
didn't know whether it was
solves
that
the
or
problem.
whether it was the shade from the elders, did we?
Well, it could be, yeah. There's our trial potatoes, isn't there?
Yeah.
So, they're looking quite well. I know one of the ones that isn't doing all that well is the one at this end of this row, which is Mayan It's one of the Mayan ones.
Mayan gold.
Wasn't it something else this year?
No, I think it's Mayan gold.
Anyway, it's definitely the worst performing. Last time we tried one, I think it might have been a couple of years ago and got nowhere. We've tried it again, and I think the only thing to do is to try growing it in a tub.
It might be better underneath.
Well, it might be, but generally if it's rubbish on top, it's rubbish underneath, isn't it?
It's funny, isn't it? When you look down the row, you can see how the different varieties have made different lots of growth. And this one at the end, I don't know which one this is. It's got some flowers.
Yeah.
And behind Martin there's the all gold autumn raspberries. Growing quite well. Where do you want to go now?
Well, shall we go straight up where I am?
Okay.
Come on.
Come on, Ruby.
Another lump of wood.
Courgettes.
Yep.
The green ones at the far side, Defender, and the Aurelia ones at this side. These were later, weren't they? Sown later.
Yeah. Ruby.
She's got a
I
bit
know.
of wood again. Come here. Come here. Why do people get dogs? Potatoes, odds and ends.
And they're looking really good, aren't they?
They are.
I don't think we've had better looking odds and ends.
Shall we spin round and look at the brassicas?
Yeah, go on then. So this bed still needs filling up, doesn't it? But
It
we've got
does,
some
yeah.
more that I've just, well, I was going to say just sown, but they've just come up. They're just about ready for pricking out.
These are the later brassicas, aren't they? These sprouts at this
Yeah,
end.
these are late ones, and we'll be filling up with similar ones to what we've had before, but it's a sort of second sowing, and hopefully they'll come on late winter, early autumn.
Is there not a Calabrese is one of these, and then there's
There's a Monclano, isn't there? Red
and then
Ladero.
Cabisse.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Red Ladero is the red cabbage, and then Cabisse is the is another green cabbage. They're looking all right, aren't they?
Yeah, going well.
Buddleias are late this year, I think.
Yeah, the ones with that one at home that's near the greenhouse is just starting to flower.
Yeah. These are just some buds on now. And these are the other
Sway rubes.
sweet corn.
No, put it down.
There were some in the middle that were flattened by something, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, she's at it again, look. Get on.
So this is the one where a lot more germinated, so we had twice as many plants.
The ones that were flattened, they didn't seem broken, so I put some little sticks in and tied them up, and I think it's working.
I think so, yeah.
More potatoes.
No. No. Oh, got it again.
She's at that nutty stage. When do they grow out of the nutty stage?
So they look, I mean, generally our potatoes look really good, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They were pathetic last year, weren't
Yeah, yeah. And then there's 3 squash in this one, isn't there?
they? They're the ones that have a funny name.
Musquee De Provence,
Something like that. What was it? Musquette?
Musquette, is it? I don't know how it was pronounced. Monty Don planted some, so they must be good, perhaps.
2 rows of onward peas in there,
Rubes, you make such a noise when you're chomping, it's a giveaway.
which haven't come up yet.
No.
What's she got now?
Another lump of wood, I think. No, it was a label, she's put it down. Strawberries, there looks to be a lot of strawberries.
The strawberries are doing alright.
Yeah,
aren't
we
they?
definitely need some. Oh, Ruby likes strawberries.
Ruby's not having a strawberry because she's not been a good girl.
But there's quite a harvest there.
There are.
It's going to be interesting picking those with Rubes.
Yeah. And then just over at the other side we've got the lavender, which, again, it's not as far on as the ones in the garden that are
No.
the same variety. They're
No.
all on flower.
Ruby, come out, you get stuck.
Oh, they're just starting. It's just starting to flower.
No, you can't have any. No, you can't have any. Come out.
I think it's time to go, don't you?
Can
I think
Rubes?
we've been everywhere now.
I think so.
So, again, bye from me.
And bye from me as well.
And
Rubes, I don't suppose you want to woof, do you? No.
no. And bye bye from Ruby. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Hope she hasn't distracted you too much like she has us. Bye bye.